And now, our feature presentation.
To infinity and beyond!
My name's Bond. James Bond.
That'll do, Pig.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Show you with the box. Who's in the box?
Damn! Ew! Get off of me! Ugh,
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have liftoff. Welcome.
Hello there.
Hello there, angel of my nightmares. Welcome in, everybody. It's 52/1995, your live movie conversation podcast, where we dive deep into the movies of 1995, 30 years ago. I'm your host, Cody, and I'm thrilled to be joined this week by my main man, Steven, to discuss the Basketball Diaries. And it's going to be...
Man.
You're the main man. Mainline man. For those tuning in for the very first time, we're glad that you're here every week, 52 weeks to be exact. We explore a different film from 1995. We dive into this year's important releases, discuss them in detail, and then chat with my guest host about their thoughts and experiences with the movie. Right now, we're currently in the middle of a very sad, depressing theme of a month called Drugs Are Bad, where each of our movies focus on drugs or alcohol in some way, usually with addiction. That's what the last couple have been about, or addiction. So before we jump into this week's movie, let's talk to Steven and see a couple things. Had you ever seen this movie before?
Never seen it before.
Never again.
I think that I heard it mentioned in the days of Columbine,
Oh yeah.
And maybe because of that, kind of stayed away from it and forgot about it. And then, as the list went on this year, saw that it was coming, knew it was going to be a hard watch, but made it through.
You wanted to watch it because it just had basketball in it, and you thought,
I'm a Basketball Jones, man.
You're a Basketball Jones. And this movie is, of course, about a lot of basketball. A guy, Leonardo DiCaprio, plays a young man who finds a pair of magical shoes that make him better than most. Within those shoes is heroin, and that's really the key to.
He drinks a special juice at halftime.
Oh yeah, Bill Murray's in this.
God, it was so good.
Wayne, the guy from Jurassic Park who gets his face spit on, that guy's in there too. I think this was.
We got Dotson. We got Dotson over here.
We got Dotson over here. This is, of course, the movie we're talking about is Love and Basketball. No, I think I watched this movie a few years, or maybe in high school, because I remember I used to title my blog entry, you can't find them anymore, so don't even go diving deep. On MySpace, I would write these blogs, and every time I would write a blog, I would write a movie line in, and one of the ones that I had was a line from this movie. I don't know, it might have had to do with a girl at the time, but really random. I was like, oh yeah, I have seen this movie before. I don't think I liked this movie enough to go back and watch it over the last 20 years, but yeah, it's something.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of those movies that, man, if you watch this movie and you just love it, somebody needs to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, we got to check on you a little bit.
Yeah, I just need to check in at least every couple months. Just make sure you're not strung out or planning on shooting anybody.
You're not at the Hall of Fame or wherever the headquarters. That's where you're not hanging out at the headquarters. Gosh, the headquarters.
Hopefully you're just doing poetry somewhere.
Hopefully, I hope that's what the people that love this movie are doing, are just writing a lot of poems, and you're doing okay, and you're staying very clear of drugs. Yeah. Don't hang out with Mark Wahlberg ever. But so we've made our jokes and everything. I had seen this movie, and When this movie came out in 95, I had not seen it. And my sister, my older sister, my middle sister, she was in love with Leonardo DiCaprio, as a lot of, teenage girls were at that time. Just
He's a heartthrob.
He's a heartthrob. He's a cutie. So you always grab, the next big Leonardo DiCaprio movie that came out. I remember her renting this from the video store, and I remember her not finishing this movie from the video store when she watched it because it was just not what she had expected. And also probably if there were F words in it and my mom walked in, then that was not going to go over very well. So that's the only memory I have of this movie from back in 95. So,
Man, I think really this entire genre, right, of the like drug tailspin, like none of them are easy to watch.
No. I think some are done better than others.
Yeah.
But none of them are an easy watch. No.
Yeah, even when they soften it as much as possible, I feel like it's still hard to watch. So it's a category of movies that come to mind that have all been hard watches, and this definitely gets thrown in that group.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any that are like. I mean, there are some out there that I think are like well done movies that will probably pair with this movie, but I don't know if like even the best ones I'm not like jonesing to go back to and watch.
It's a tough topic. It's a tough topic. It's one of the I think there's a lot of good movies with tough topics that make it hard to go back, make the rewatchability low because they're so intense. They're covering tough things. It doesn't make them not good movies.
Yeah,
I don't know that this is one of those, but
I do think like the harder the drug too, the worse it is. So like movies that deal with heroin or cocaine, or like the harder the drug is, like the harder it is to watch. And I feel like there's a little bit, because we see a lot of movies about like alcoholism, still not easy to watch, but probably easier, like because people can understand that a little bit better and digest that a little bit. You and I can't digest this as well, because I mean, we probably have seen people or know people that have been on, have taken heroin or have become addicted to harder drugs, meth coming to mind as well. But yeah, we don't live that experience. And so that's why
the heroin movies are always, the weed movies are fun, but the heroin movies are always heavy.
Yeah. And there's only one movie I can think of that like lightens it on heroin, and that's Trainspotting. I actually brought it up last week because it does have like a comedic edge to it, and like there are some funny parts in it, but there are extremely messed up parts of that movie as well. And there's always a sadness to them. So always a sadness. So let's break it down. Let's talk a little bit about this before we go through our categories and talk about our favorite scenes. Because I'm sure we've got
all the fun facts.
Yes, all the really, really fun facts that we have here. So, of course, this movie is called The Basketball Diaries. It came out April. I didn't write down the day, but it came out in April. I think it was like the 7th or something of 1995. It was directed by Scott Calvert. He is a director that you probably haven't heard of a lot of. He did a lot of music videos, directing, and sadly passed away. Took his own life in the late 2000s, like 2009, I think, or something. We're at 2010.
April 21st.
April 21st is when it came out. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the director, he only did a couple like main things, and yes, tragically took his life in the 2000s. The script was written by Brian Goluboff, and it is based on a memoir by our main character, Jim Carroll. Jim Carroll is kind of an interesting figure because he is a poet, writer. He's got several books of poetry out. And several of those books of poetry he wrote before he was, 21. So this movie actually captures like a year of like 6 months, honestly, in the life of Jim Carroll, which is crazy to me to think about, that this is such a brief period, because it feels like an eternity is going by. But really, this was such
at least a couple years, right?
Yeah. You would think that, but then
I would hope.
but when you learn about like how he wrote the book and it's like 6 months. And he threw his
Yeah.
whole life away in like 6 months. Jim Carroll did end up being okay after a lot of this. He, like I said, wrote and published several books and books on poetry. He also was in a punk band, which he contributes a couple of the songs to this soundtrack for. So very 80s punk, 70s punk. Like the sound of Jim Carroll is pretty lined up with that punk era. And I do think that Jim Carroll passed away not too long ago. I can't remember when it was, but yeah, I think he got sick, had died of cancer. It was 2009 he actually passed away, so a lot longer. But I do think he ended up having cancer and passing away from that. So not because of heroin use, but so it probably didn't help him in the long run. This movie's cast includes Leonardo DiCaprio as Jim Carroll, Lorraine Bracco as Mrs. Carroll, James Madio as Pedro, Patrick McGall as Neutron, Mark Wahlberg in here as Mickey, Bruno Kirby as Swifty, Juliette Lewis as Diane Moody, Michael Imperioli as Bobby, Ernie Hudson in here as Reggie, and then other people that you might recognize, Brittany and Cynthia Daniel, who play Winky and Blinky. Most people would probably recognize them from either Sweet Valley High show that was on in the 90s. This was their first feature film. Jim Carroll is in this, playing a junkie in the headquarters that I previously mentioned. Michael Rappaport is playing another skinhead in this movie randomly. I think he just really liked to play skinheads at this time of his career. But the synopsis for this movie is Jim Carroll is consumed by his life as a high school basketball star. Pressured by a wicked coach and a concerned mother, Jim develops an appetite for heroin. Soon, the mean streets of New York City have replaced the basketball court as his main destination. Jim and his friends scrounge, steal, and prostitute themselves to score drugs. Jim's only chance to escape addiction may be Reggie, a neighborhood friend and hoops companion. This movie had a budget of $2 million and a box office return of $2.4 million. It was kind of iffy from critics at the time. It has a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb has this at a 7.3, and Letterboxd is sitting at a 3.8. Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars. He said DiCaprio does what he can with the part, but is miscast, I think, as the hard-boiled hero. Ernie Hudson is strong as the ex-junkie, and there is real emotion in Lorraine Bracco's underwritten mother. Oh, and Juliette Lewis as a scuzzy hooker once again finds an absolutely authentic note, but the movie is unconvincing. At the end, Jim is seen going in through a stage door, and then we hear him telling the story of his descent and recovery. We can't tell if this is supposed to be a genuine testimony or a performance. That's the problem with the whole movie. We're not sure if it's genuine or if we're just seeing a performance here. Hal Henson loved this movie, though. He said DiCaprio goes as far into the hell of drug abuse as any actor ever has and comes out a star. Now, this movie wasn't nominated for any Academy Awards, but Stephen touched on this a little bit of the legacy that we had when talking about Columbine, the high school shooting there. Because this was very controversial in the aftermath of not only that one, the Heath High School one in 1997 and the 99 Columbine High School one. There were similarities between the shooting attacks and a dream sequence in the film where Leo is wearing a black trench coat and shoots up a classroom. So this film was named in several lawsuits by relatives of murder victims. In 99, Jack Thompson filed a $33 million lawsuit claiming that the film's plot caused the shooting in 1997, and that case was dismissed in 2001. So it's kind of a jarring sequence in the movie where, we see a lot of dream sequences or heroin, sequences in this movie. And then this one just kind of comes out of kind of nowhere. I mean, you see a hatred for school, but
there's not any animosity between him and his other classmates.
Yeah, the only thing we see at the beginning is like Leonardo DiCaprio getting paddled, and then like one kid is like, "Yeah, getting paddled," and that was
Yeah,
like the
like,
face that he makes. But we don't see anything like that, so it is a really strange move in the movie.
and I think the movie works without it.
Yes, the movie definitely works without it and could have been
Yeah.
cut entirely. Anything that I left out? Anything that you had that maybe legacy wise? I think that's pretty much it.
No, I think this is one of Mark Wahlberg's just first. Like he was Marky Mark,
Yes.
and so this is like one of his first appearances on screen. And yeah, I mean, I don't think you can fault the acting too much for the script, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, and I think that there is some. I mean, obviously, I think you could put a lot of this on the director of maybe asking for something that might not be there or might not be necessary in the scene. So yeah, we can talk about it. So let's talk about some of the scenes in this movie. What are maybe not in our eyes the best scenes of this movie, but what are some standout scenes that really make this film memorable?
Well, I really don't. I think my first real scene, I think, is Winky and Blinky.
Okay, I'm a little bit for that. My first one was Bobby, taking Bobby out.
Yeah, but you gotta mention the introduction to the gang, and like them playing basketball and doing drugs and stealing and fighting. They do a pretty good job of establishing like the first 30 minutes these guys don't give a shit. But then your scene kind of counters that.
Yeah. First with the basketball scene, how'd you feel about that basketball game scene? You were a high school basketball player, like
overacted big time,
insane, right? Like
yeah. I think you can show that somebody's dominating a basketball game without what a sequence, right?
Yeah, like you can tell that these people, like maybe Mark Wahlberg has played basketball before. He looks like he can do a layup. I'm sure that Leo has played basketball a little bit. His jump shot's a little questionable. But yeah, there's like a lot of like between the legs stuff and like just doing.
All right, are you guys the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah, it did feel a little Harlem Globetrottery. Like they were like these kids that are just dominating the scene by doing the slowest fast breaks you could possibly see.
And it makes sense of Mark Wahlberg's dominating, but tiny little Leo.
Yeah.
Skin and bones Leo is dominating high school basketball.
Yeah,
apparently.
and he's supposed to be like the guy, like
He's
star. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A star.
I don't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first like real scene we get is that taking Bobby out. Bobby is we've learned is like a best friend of Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got leukemia, and Leo goes to visit him in the hospital. And obviously he brings him a ball that's signed by all the team and the coach and everything. And Bobby was apparently a really good basketball player, really good guy, and that's really affecting Leo in the scene.
He was the best of us.
He was the best of us. Don't talk about him like he's dead. He's not dead.
It's like, man, touchy.
It was just easy, Bobby.
Whoa, man!
What are you talking about, Bobby? But yeah, he takes him out. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him out of here." You've seen this trope a lot in movies before, where we break out the sick guy, and in this case, he was teenage boys. What are they thinking about it when you're a teenage boy? Boobs. That's what you're talking about. Like that's what you want.
Yeah.
So Leo takes him to a strip club, or like a what are those things called where you like just watch a show? I don't know, like a peekaboo. Like I don't know what those things.
Peep show.
Peep show. Yes, thank you. That's what it is. A peep show.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. I couldn't think of it.
You sweetheart.
A peep show. Takes him to a peep show, and Bobby gets pretty upset because I think Bobby, he's like,
well, he does mention that he's having a hard time getting a boner. So I wondered, I know that maybe it was intended to be deeper than that.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he was just like, man, even right here in front of this beautiful woman with her boobs out, I still can't get a boner.
I can't get a boner. And I think that
get me out of here, man.
Yeah. Interesting to yes, the old I'm getting roasted. I'm roasted. Yeah, I think that has to do with it. And I think that
Roasted.
I think that there's a little bit of like I'm not gonna return to the life that I used to have, and like I'm gonna die. Like this is it for me. Like get me out of here. I can't deal with this. So
Or he just has the same reaction that any decent person has to a peep show or strip club, where it's like, oh man, I thought this would be cool.
I thought this would be way cooler than it's not. It's really sad.
It's really gross. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I think maybe Bobby's just decent.
Yeah. Interesting fact is that Michael, the guy that plays Bobby, is supposed to be like a 16-year-old boy. He's played by a 28-year-old man.
Yeah. I had trouble with that on the recasting because like all these kids are supposed to be 16.
I know, it's so tough.
Like, I don't know these 16-year-old actors.
And none of the people in the movie are 16. Like Leo's 21 or 2. Mark Wahlberg is like 24 or 25. So it doesn't really, they don't really line up, but they were doing that all the time back then. I mean, look at Saved by the Bell. Some of those people were like 30.
No wonder I was so scared of high school.
Seriously, I think that's what messed us up. I have always felt like I'm too young to be like when I went to college, I was like, oh, I'm too young to be here because all these people are going to be 30, 40-year-old looking people. And then you go there and it's just a bunch of scared people just like you. But no, I'm young. I'm still young. I'm a young boy.
Yeah,
I'm a young boy going to a Peekaboo show for the first time.
Baby face.
All right, let's talk about Winky and Blinky.
Yeah, that's the first, like they're doing normal high school guy stuff. I would say that
Heber Spring?
the scam of having Pedro get in the other team's lockers is not normal.
Right.
High school. Like that's pretty poverty driven. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Like I think you get creative when you don't have a lot at home and you find ways of getting it elsewhere. And that, just like him coming back out of the locker with all the
watches on.
Like, yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. I think that's something that's also not established very well in this. Like, yes, we get to see like glimpses of, if I went to this school, I would go here more than once a week. Like we don't really get to see that these kids are coming from impoverished homes. Like Leo's mom's apartment doesn't look like that bad. And they don't look like they're, needing a lot of things. I don't know. I just don't feel like we get that established very well for them to be doing this.
They rush, man. I feel like they're sprinting to the drugs.
Yeah.
There's so much so that they like miss. Like I feel like there's a great opportunity with Pedro, which is the kid from Hook.
Yes.
His sweet little face to like establish more of like he's scared of everything, and the backstory at Pedro's before they're doing heroin in his basement or whatever they call it, Pedro's basement. Just like there's no backstory on Pedro whatsoever. So Napoleon Dynamite gives more backstory on Pedro.
I just learned a fun fact about Napoleon Dynamite. Did you know that the actor that plays Napoleon Dynamite and the actor that plays Pedro are identical twins?
What?
Yeah, they are like they both have identical twin brothers.
So Heder, is it John Heder?
John Heder, yeah.
Has an identical twin, and the guy that plays Pedro has an identical.
And so there's a story. I saw this. It was like a YouTube clip or something.
That's
where
amazing.
Where his brother and Pedro's brother ran into each other at a Costco, and people were like, "Oh, you guys are doing a promotional thing here at a Costco." They were just there randomly, so they took a bunch of pictures with people and like as their brothers. Crazy.
That's incredible. Yeah. I had no idea.
We should have watched Napoleon Dynamite instead of Basketball
We'll get
Diaries.
there.
We'll get there eventually. So Winky and Blinky comes after. Like I feel like Winky and Blinky is like the first dive into something that
to me it's the first time it's like, okay, I know it's New York in what it's supposed to be 70s, 80s, not like that's
Who
still
knows? Who knows
yeah.
what time period it is? Because that's one of my big what time are we talking here? Because
Yeah.
in the book, it's supposed to be in the 60s, the late 60s is when Jim Carroll grew up. But
Yeah.
the cars are all over the place here. The fashion's all over the place in this movie. Like New York is all over the place and how they dress it and everything. Yeah, I never know
Yeah,
what
just
time it is.
this almost like fantasy world where him and Neutron go to this twin girl's house just turns into a porn for a second where they show up and these girls are like, here, do cocaine and have sex with us. It's like, okay, all right. But to me, that's the turn, right? Everything else, like other than the stealing and just like a guy pulling out a box knife and you just being like, oh, time to fight.
Yeah.
Somebody pulls out a box knife and I'm like, all right, whoa. Maybe I'll give you your stuff back.
I would just hand him cardboard and be like, hey man, do something with this. That's what that's for.
But the fighting and the stealing are a little extreme, but like this is the first thing that like, most high school kids are not just like having sex with twins in the same room together and doing cocaine. So kind of the first turn to just like this is gonna get crazy fast if they're already just like sleeping with ladies and doing cocaine. And like, is it because they're so good at basketball, or like all of a sudden they have money? Or like these are Neutron's friends. Like there's just
how did Neutron get to meet these people? Like,
it's just
does he
like,
come
it
from a
happens so
wealthier
fast.
family? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I also think that girl doesn't know like the side effects of cocaine. Whenever she's telling him like, hey, this is going to do this for you. You're going to also, I don't know if faster than a speeding bullet is a good thing. Whenever you're talking about like, hey, cocaine's going to make you better at sex. It's going to make you faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive.
It can, is all I will say. Is if you can do it and still get there, like if you don't do too much, then you can still get there, and it will give you superhuman strength.
You would be Superman.
You become Superman.
Winky and Blinky, I love them.
Winky and Blinky.
Who are Winky and Blinky? Is Blinky your favorite?
Blinky's my favorite because you know who she is.
She's Mac's girlfriend.
Carmen.
Yeah, she's Carmen from Always Sunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also Joe Dirt's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she's one of my favorite side girls in Joe Dirt, and It's Always Sunny for sure. But yeah, I love me some Blinky.
What's your next scene after Winky and Blinky?
Let's see here. Did I ever tell you about the first time I did heroin?
And that's referencing they did heroin after Bobby died?
Yeah, it's kind of like it has to be mentioned that Bobby dies because to me it's like the reaction to it.
Yeah.
It's like we tried to just like play basketball in the rain in our underwear and spank each other, and that didn't work.
You didn't do that with your friends?
I feel like I've never had any real friendships because we've never done that. We've never named each other's. So
this movie made you question all your male friendships.
I don't think I've ever had any real male friends.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the first time he does heroin, tell me about it.
The first time he does heroin, yeah, he goes to Pedro's basement, and like they get the just jump to Needletown.
But yeah, well, like the way he explained, he's like, "Oh, okay, so like you've done this, but if you're gonna do that, you might as well, snort it. Oh, okay, if you're gonna snort it, you might as well mainline it, like."
That's how people end up putting stuff up their butt. is because
Boofing.
people say stuff like that to them. They're like, if you're gonna do this, you might as well, Jay. You might as well. It's like if there's anybody talking to you that way, don't listen. Don't listen to that person.
Especially in somebody's apartment building basement. Like those guys can't be trusted. Like I know these guys are looking for whatever, your high school kids, you're looking for something to numb the pain of your friend dying and everything. Alcohol. That's where I would jump first is you can always huff doing your huffing stuff like
which is also just something that something that missed me is just like that you would huff things. Yeah. I mean, maybe Catholic school, man. Like, I guess that's you just learned huff things.
Just huffing glue and eating cat food.
That's just to go to sleep. Though,
That's just to go to. Sometimes I just need to go to sleep.
That's not recreation.
You were never really a druggie, though. A really druggie, though.
I started off wrong because I didn't huff anything. So.
All right, next week.
Next week.
Next week, we're gonna give a tutorial on how to huff.
Yeah. So then that's that's the beginning. It's like that's why kind of cocaine is my first scene, and then Bobby. Got to mention Bobby dies, which heal it with heroin, and then for the rest of the movie, everything just gets shitty.
Yeah, it's like a montage, just like one scene after another of like, these are the bad effects of what heroin does to you.
From then on, I do really like. I bet my third scene is quicker than what do you have next?
Man, I just wrote down like a bunch of like really quick scenes. The next thing I had was Swifty doing what we thought Swifty was gonna do.
Then my next scene is the confession. I think it's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
When they get suspended?
No, when he's talking to
and act like the Catholic confession, yeah.
And the priest is like, have you done this? And he's like, yep. Have you done this? Yep. Have you done this? And then he's like, fuck, God, sorry, Father, I've got a dirty fucking mouth. Like, I just really, the way that's shot and the way he's kind of like sitting up behind that confession screen, I thought that was like the highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah, there are two scenes that are parallel that I like in the movie, and it's both scenes between Leonardo DiCaprio and Juliette Lewis. Or there's actually three scenes in the movie where they interact with each other, and I love the way that they are positioned in the movie. At the beginning of the movie, you have Leo like dumping the pretzels on her head and like being super mean to her as she's like trying to, score, and offers, prostitutes herself to try and get some money just so she can get some drugs. And then in the middle of the movie, they meet because they're both at that position. Like they're both very sad and strung out and trying to get money for things. And then at the end, she's got her life together, and it's at like the lowest point for Leo at that point. I really like those. I think she's great in this.
Yeah, almost uses like as a bookmark, like a chapter marker.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. So those were like my three favorites. But I do love that confession scene. I love that.
She's a big actress at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like her to be just like, how much screen time do you think she had?
Maybe 5 minutes total.
Yeah, like big actress playing an unsavory like role for sure. Like probably not the funnest to do.
No.
And yeah, she's great. She's great for sure.
No, the confession scene. I did not write down the confession scene, but I do love that. Like, yeah, he says to him, like, do 10 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys or whatever. And he's like, that's my punishment for all of this bad stuff that I did.
I think you could take that. That to me should be like the trailer for the movie.
Oh, yeah. That would be
I love that scene. The confession was like the first scene I wrote down. And then I had to go back and like be like, My favorite scenes.
Yeah, I don't have favorites. Although there is one of the harder scenes to watch is one of my one that I had written down. That's like candy shop or the soda shop or wherever that they rob. I actually really like that scene.
Pedro with the milkshake.
Yeah, because it does show you, hey, these are 16-year-old kids doing these bad things. And
is that when he finds the gun?
Yeah, that's where Mickey picks up the gun and he's like waving it around and grabbing it. And yeah, it's crazy. And then you see Pedro, who just gets like a milkshake and is just eating the milkshake. And then Leonardo DiCaprio's character is very focused. I'm going to get the money. That is what I need. He is serious about his addiction, and he wants more drugs and to score. And like, that just shows you where he's at compared to the other guys. And it also shows you that they are still kids. It's an interesting scene, the way that they have all three of them doing something very different in that scene. So
there's a quick one too that I had written down where it's just like they rob the old lady.
Oh man, that's a hard watch.
Yeah, because you can see, like, I've got this chunk of like Rob Old Lady, Swifty, and The Dream all chunked together, which I think is kind of the roughest part of the movie. It gets, there are other rough parts for sure. It's definitely it's on this downhill. But that trifecta there, where you can see that Jim, or Leo's character, is still not like, yeah, let's beat the shit out of an old lady.
Yeah.
They start like kicking her and stuff, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like, what
it's Mickey, right?
So,
like,
yeah. So he's already to that point where it's like, I'll do whatever. And Jim's not there yet. And then Swifty does what we expect him to do. He has the notorious dream. And then Neutron tries to talk to him too. I thought that was kind of like, that was one of the weirder scenes. Did you that was one of like,
it felt
almost my what the fuck moment was like Neutron being like, "Hey Jim, you're really messing this up." And Jim's then like, "Whatever, Neutron, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right. Everything's going fine." End of scene.
Yeah. It felt very After School Special for me.
Yeah.
Like it didn't come off as sincere as it probably should have been. It did feel very juvenile in it.
Man, and man, you got to really be in a special place to just be like, "Hey, I got these pills," and be like, you want to take the black one or the red one, or before we go play
a basketball game.
This is when it's like, it just feels inauthentic.
Yes,
like I think
that's what a lot of this movie feels like to me.
Yeah. That I feel like I needed to mention that because that's what gets him kicked out of school. It's then Jim goes home, gets kicked out of the house because his mom's found his drugs. Like, it's just do more heroin. Pedro gets arrested at the milkshake candy shop. Yeah. And so like at this point in the movie, I was like, God, there's still like 40 minutes left. So this is not going to be fun. Like if this is not going to get, I don't see an upswing coming here anytime soon. So
a lot of montages through this toward the end. I only have two more scenes, and that's Reggie saving Jim. That was my next one. I don't know if you have anything else before that or around that.
I got my other favorite scene, the thing that finally got me, right? Like the whole movie felt inauthentic. And then we got to the 4-minute long scene of him at mom's door.
Oh, yeah, that's my last scene, was that.
Woo, boy. If you didn't I get it. If you've disconnected because the movie felt inauthentic to that point and that doesn't land for you, I get it.
Yeah.
But I was still trying to be in on the movie, even after The Dream and Swifty and all the other hard stuff to watch. But like when it got here, I was like, okay, you got me now.
They killed the guy.
Yeah, I mean the Mickey they put he gets some bad drugs, chase a guy down, and it does seem kind of, like
It's not
if they
Jim's
could get
fault.
a really good lawyer, like,
Yeah.
and there was a camera around. If it's the '90s, I don't know. If it's the '70s, there's probably no cameras, but he was like at the edge, and he just kind of tried to grab him.
He fell
Yeah, I
back.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks for Mickey.
Yeah. I do love in that scene though where Mickey's like, "Oh, we killed him," and Leo's like, "What do you mean we?" Like, bro, I wasn't even there.
I was still trying to get up the stairs, my guy.
No, that scene, like between Reggie saving Jim and like giving a shit about Jim, because they play basketball together. They have the like that's a cool part of this movie. The game that never ends. Like I love that concept.
But I would make the argument that it's completely ruined by the like, were you gonna make me suck your dick now moment? Like,
oh yeah.
What? I get it that's like that may have happened that he like, but I think like let it be that felt unattended to.
Yeah.
Because they just moved on.
I think scenes are so underwritten in this movie, and
yeah,
I think this movie is both underwritten and overacted. Like I think that there are just some choices in this movie that I'm like, why did you do
one
that?
of the reasons the tough love I got tough love from Mom as my last scene, but tough love from Reggie was gonna be one until I felt like, yeah, he's like holding him in the mirror and stuff like that, and all that works, and I like that scene with Reggie until that part, and I was like, yeah, we could breeze past that because why do that if you're not going to? You're just gonna, yeah.
I think it's just emphasizing. Yeah, I used to turn tricks for cash. Like, I think that's
Somebody's
the point
done
of
this
it.
to me before.
Yeah,
I
I've
guess
done
it's
this. Like,
yeah,
because we see him, we get to see him do one time in the bathroom.
What is he doing in that scene? Is he like, has it, because of the scuffle, his belt's come undone? What is happening in that scene?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. I like, he's like undoing his pants, and yeah, it's just it's
Hey man,
very
sometimes when
unresolved.
I come home, I just need to take off my belt.
Yeah, I don't know if it was meant to say like Reggie was about to try something.
No,
or...
I do not think that was the intention, but it is weird that they would go to that. Like, hey, take off your belt, because he's super triggered by the fact that he has to, turn tricks for.
Maybe he was like undoing his belt to tuck his shirt back in, like his shirt had come untucked.
That might have been it.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it was
weird.
It was weird. It was very weird. And then you think like, oh, this is going to be okay. Reggie's got him. Like he's helping him, and then Jim's back to normal. And then as soon as Reggie leaves the apartment, he steals all the money that he can, and then runs out on him to go score and get some more, and then goes back to his life. And that's when we see him, we see that interaction he has with Diane, or the Juliette Lewis character, where they're on completely different sides now of the spectrum. And then we get to the Jim at the door with his mom scene, which I think is the best acting she does in this movie, because everything up until this point, I think, is not good.
Not good. And I think she does a pretty good job. I like the touch of her pulling out the money.
Yeah. Like
she's about to give in.
She's gonna do it. Yeah. I like when his hand is coming through the door, and he's like, hold my hand, Mom. And she's holding it and crying. And oh God, that was hard.
And a lot of the even at the beginning of this scene, I was like, this movie makes these people look like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're it's just so overacted. I feel like it's so much throughout the movie that this was when like even the overacting that I think continued to happen worked because it was such an intense scene.
Yeah. I think if you are a person that did not watch this movie or have the ability to find this movie anywhere, if you go to YouTube, you can find this scene. It's like clipped out. This is the scene of the movie, I think. Like the big like crux of
This
this
is when you realize that, like, if you're watching and you're looking for somebody like him, you're like, he can play Jack in Titanic for sure.
Like this kid is good. This kid's got it.
Yeah. Man, how that may be one of the best young. How old would you say he is?
He's like 21, 22.
Okay, yeah.
And we did a Leo movie together. We did This Boy's Life.
Yeah, This Boy's Life, but like maybe one of the best cries I've ever seen. Like a young, because he doesn't come off as, I'd say he comes off as like 19.
Yeah, he comes off very young. He's perfect cast for this.
Man, that what a performance!
Yeah,
in that scene from him.
Did you have anything else after this that, like, obviously he cleans up and
one more Pedro interaction and I'm sober now.
Yeah, he's just automatically sober now. I fixed it, guys. I'm the best. Because he had to go because he went to jail. He went to jail. Yeah. That's why. He did 6 months at Rikers and mentions, what happens in prison just as like nonchalant. Just like, yeah, after all the shower stuff and everything, like, I'm good. I'm clean. I could actually get access to it in jail, but I didn't do it. So
yeah, that's again, I feel like a really quick, just like,
you could have put 30 minutes. You could have shaved like 30 minutes of the beginning and put 30 minutes of this, like him in prison, of getting clean, and it would have been a more effective movie. I don't know, but you could have had something, but no, they just wrote it in like a 10-second clip of him being in jail.
Yeah. Not my favorite ending.
Yeah, but he does get clean, so happy endings for all. Do you have a favorite character, or was there a scene stealer?
Man, I really liked Reggie.
Yeah, he's pretty easy to like. I love that basketball scene with him.
Yeah.
That's like the best basketball we see in the movie.
Yes. I think even some of the better camera work in the movie.
I had Reggie. I also had Diane. This kind of steals the show in the few scenes that she's very effective in the story that we get told.
I like Pedro. I think
he was good.
I think he's good throughout. I think he doesn't. I didn't feel like him overacting the addiction as hard as some of the other characters.
Yeah. Mickey was good and bad at times. I really liked what Mark Wahlberg did with the Mickey character. He does come off a little bit too old to be a high school kid. He's also jacked out of his mind.
Yeah, because he's Marky Mark.
He's Marky Mark. He's where you run around as Calvin Klein and whatever.
It's like when LL Cool J started doing movies. It's like he's just ripped.
He's just ripped out of his mind.
Or Dwayne, Yeah.
He
was The Rock, so he just comes into movies.
He's massive.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, I could understand after watching this why it's not streaming anywhere. Because if I was Mark Wahlberg and I was Leonardo DiCaprio, I wouldn't want it streaming anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's some shots. There's a specific shot of Mark Wahlberg that I wouldn't want people seeing. Now that school shootings are a frequent thing.
Oh, where he's like laughing or whatever in the school shooting scene?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want that to exist.
I forgot all about that scene until this rewatch. I was like, oh, wow, this is horrifying to watch.
Yeah. I've always kind of avoided it because of it. But it was. I had it, kind of casted from my computer
Mhm.
And so there were a couple times that I turned and my computer was open. I was like trying to kind of like dodge what was happening
Oh, and you could see
a
it
little
now,
bit,
yeah.
and I was like, ah.
Are there any lines in this movie that stuck out? Any quotes?
The first one that I was like, quote of this movie is "Time sure flies when you're young and jerking off."
Makes me think of Y Tu Mama Tambien
Yep.
at the beginning with the pool.
Diving board.
Yeah, time sure flies when you're young and jerking off, because that is a part of this movie that he writes about. And again, makes you know that like this is a teenage boy we're talking about
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like
Young guy.
this is something he does. He goes to the roof at night, looks up at the sky, and just goes to town on himself. Mashes it, really.
Oh, that's one of my WTFs. Is just the I guess the laying on the roof and jerking off.
Yeah.
It's just like, what a random thing to just throw in. It just, I don't know. It's another thing just felt so unnecessary. I guess to add to the like poetry, so it was something he wrote, and so they threw
threw some of that stuff
because
in.
it was part of it. Yeah, that was odd.
What else you got?
What else you got? When I was young, about 8 or so, I tried making friends with God by inviting him to my house to watch the World Series. He never showed up.
Mm. It's deep.
I swear that's like the Wonder Years make a reference to that somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of this, I bet, it influenced a lot of.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to like it too much.
Yeah. Don't get into this movie.
Yeah.
The line that I used for my blog post, and don't know why, I was from him. I saw this girl next to me who wasn't beautiful until she smiled.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that was the name.
Sounds
of the
like it's
post.
from Fight Club.
Yeah, it really does. Like all these little things sound like a Fight Club entry.
Man, I've got the definition of addiction in a quote. First is the Saturday night thing. You know, you feel cool like an adult, then you're doing it on Tuesday, then Thursday, then it's got you.
That is a good part of this movie that was like to talk about addiction. Like I like that. At the end of this movie, he says, all I've been doing is reading this diary, wondering how the hell I'm still alive. So like reflecting back on all of this and being like, oh man, you really, really messed up.
I like when he yells, and in the next life, Father, I'm going to have the paddle.
Yeah, I'm going to have the paddle. The very first line out of his mouth in this movie is too bad. When the father's like, all right, you're done. And he's like, too bad, Father. I was just starting to enjoy it after getting paddled. The very first thing we see in this movie.
Badass.
Yeah.
Man, if you're going to get bent over in front of your class and spanked like that, that's a pretty badass line.
Some of those kids, like there's a kid in the front row that's just enjoying it way too much. He's just like, yeah. The only other line I had was from Diane, and it's the second time that they meet. And he's like in the headquarters or whatever, and he's like bent over, and she says, "Who's your embalmer?" I like that line a lot. Who's your embalmer?
My last one is, will I have time to finish the poems breaking loose in my head?
Sad.
Some good poetry in there.
Yeah.
Man.
I would be curious to go back and look up some Jim Carroll poetry and see.
Oh yeah,
if it's what he had, because obviously he's pretty successful. So.
Oh yeah.
I think we probably already talked about this, but what moment packed the biggest emotional punch? Biggest laugh, cry, scare, thrill?
That's gonna be the tough love for mom.
Yeah, it's such a hard and you can't help but think in that scene. Maybe for me, but you put your mother in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Why? I in my work and in my personal life, I've known of similar situations, and yeah, it's hard not to empathize real hard with the mother in that scene. Especially like you just get to see the different modes of like, being nice at first and then being mean and then being desperate. Like he even says, I thought about you, because he says like, I'll be a good boy.
Yeah. Be a good boy. You see everything.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know my punishment.
I know my punishment.
And like you see all the different things. He is nice to her. He calls her a whore. He calls her a bitch. He apologized, like he's sorry for saying all those things and everything. And then it's just self-loathing outside of his door.
Yeah, in 4 minutes. It's
all
just
in 4
all
minutes.
of it.
Yeah. It's a hard watch. Yeah.
And there wasn't really a laugh for me.
No.
I don't think
No
there was
real
a big laugh. I don't think I got scared or thrilled really at any point.
I did worry whenever they were jumping off the cliffs. I was like, oh man, Pedro's gonna bite it.
Pedro, yeah.
Like, this is gonna be a scene where Pedro just eats it and we have to deal with another death.
I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
That was the bigger thrill of the movie for sure.
Yeah. Ridiculous moments of the movie.
The most ridiculous moment of the movie is they break the glass. One of the montage of them stealing. I don't even know what they're breaking into. I didn't note it. Besides, they break the glass window. They pass Pedro through the window, and then like right on the door where the glass is broken, he just unlocks it, and they come like opens the door for them.
Yeah.
It's like that was probably my biggest laugh of the movie.
Yeah.
It was like, so y'all just passed him through as like a bit.
Yeah, just for the heck of it.
You got to get passed through to unlock the door. Either y'all, that would have been good to be like, yeah, now unlock the door. Ha ha ha, we got you. But otherwise, it was just nonsense.
Yeah. The other scenes that I had, well, besides like what year it was, because it was this never clear. I mean, there were banners for 1980s up in the gym, and like the clothes they wore, the shoes that they wore for playing basketball, they all wore Chuck Taylors. I was like, what year is this? 1950?
70s.
Yeah, it was like, I know they've got, Jordans are out now. Like Nike makes shoes for basketball. Like we can do better than this. Also, like the prostitution scenes, or every time it was, and maybe this is it, and maybe this was the only thing he did, but I always thought it was weird that they were like doing the things to him and he wasn't doing the things to those people.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I wonder if Leo was like, I would never suck a dick. Like everybody's got to suck mine.
Man, anytime I watch a movie like this, I'm always like, how did you get this person to play this role? Like, man, you could never get me to play a role like that.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, I guess that's a real actor,
I mean, wanting to stretch his limits. I mean, this is the guy that just played Gilbert Grape's mentally challenged brother year before.
I'm talking about like Swiftie.
Oh, yeah. That's tough because Bruno Kirby, to me, is like City Slickers, is a funny character. And when I saw that Bruno Kirby was that guy in this movie, I was like, whoa, I could never. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think that's an acting realm I'm trying to dive in. Like, let's see if I can play pedophile.
Yeah, that's tough.
Kevin Bacon did that
in The Woodsman. Yeah.
So that's a bold move. I think you can really. What I think about is what happening with like Joffrey and Game of Thrones is like you would play a role and play it so well because you're supposed to be that you would never get work.
You'd never work again unless you wanted to play that same role. Yeah, it's tough, man. I think about that with. Did you ever see the movie Little Children?
I don't think so.
It's kind of a tough watch too, but there is another like Kevin Bacon like role in that movie, and the guy that played it, I was like, you're never going to play anything ever again.
Maybe I did. Oh, no, I didn't see that.
That's a tough one. It's a tough movie.
There's another one too with the where the guy's sticking the pictures on the wall.
Oh, Happiness?
Yeah, like the guy that plays in that movie. I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But like after I saw that, that's what I think of when I think of you.
Some people like the challenge.
Yeah,
To do it.
Wanted a good challenge for an actor, I guess.
Yeah. Wasn't Stan? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Stanley Tucci was a
Yeah.
pedophile in Lovely Bones. That's a really good one. And we all love Stanley Tucci. He's great and everything, but he did really good in Lovely Bones for a movie that's not that amazing. He's good in that. All right, best music moment.
I really liked the Doors, Riders on the Storm, like when they take the random pills and then go play basketball. It had like almost like a Kill Bill vibe to it. Like it was just it's kind of an odd pick, but I was like, I'm writing that down because it felt very druggy.
Yeah. And the Doors, of course, with the just being them. I picked the one where they're playing basketball in the rain.
Yeah.
It's called People Who Died, and it's by Jim Carroll and his punk band. And
that was my other one.
Yeah. I was like, man, that song's really good. And then you hear him talk about not Mickey, Bobby. He mentions Bobby in the song, died at 14. All this, I was like, hey, this is this guy.
Man,
no,
my reaction was like, man, that's a lot of people that have died. Like you knew so many people that died that you could write a verse about it.
It feels like crazy. A Tupac song, or it feels like a Tupac song where he's talking about all the people that died around him. Or Eminem has a song, people who died like around him too. Like, that's a tough one. All right, I am skipping our optional questions here because I don't really feel like this is a rough month for optional questions or optional.
Yeah,
questions.
It feels weird making light of
making light of
movies, you know.
All right,
topic's so serious.
Yeah, who do you think gave the best performance in this movie?
Got to be Leo for me.
Yeah,
it's because of that 4-minute scene and the like the two scenes that jumped out like. That was like powerful or shot well and written well, acted well, like 5 out of 5 scenes, confession, and the 4-minute scene with the tough love for mom. Yeah. So it's got to go to Leo.
There's a couple scenes where like, I agree with you. I think Leo's amazing and Leo's amazing, period. I don't know if it's in that scene or if it's in the scene with Reggie where I was like, okay, you're doing a little too much for me. Like,
I felt that way most of the movie, but like he's young.
Yeah.
He's young.
I said Juliette Lewis needs some, because she really did crush it. Like she convinced me in all 3 scenes that she's in, the 5 minutes she's in this movie, that she's good. Leo obviously gets his stars and everything, but and I liked Ernie Hudson too as Reggie. Yeah. I think I really like that like them playing basketball against each other. It's such a small scene, but it's really pure. It's like the purest moment of the whole movie.
Well, it just kind of shows that like in a world of darkness, there's at least, like one guy that actually really cares about Jim.
It was kind of reminiscent of Clockers a little bit when we watched that a couple weeks ago. There's that character in that movie too that was like trying to help and trying to see, hey, you have a future if you can just not do this. And our main characters don't do that. So, all right, recasting, 95 recast or a 2025 recast. I imagine there might be some toughness with the 2025 one just because we're casting young characters or trying to not cast 30-year-olds as 16-year-olds. So what do you got for 95? Anything?
For 95, I think you could probably shuffle people around, but I think you could do like a young Jake Gyllenhaal would be good, maybe as Mickey or as Jim, or even as Neutron.
Yeah.
I think you get Ryan Gosling. I think a young Ryan Gosling. I think a young Tom Hardy would be cool to see as Mickey.
As Mickey, yeah.
Yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt could be thrown into the mix as well as like a Pedro or a Jim. And then because of the hook, because of Pedro, what is that guy's name? The guy who played Pedro.
His
being
name
in Hook.
is James Matteo.
Yeah, just as a little nod to Hook, I was like, it'd be cool to see Dante Bosco,
Oh, yeah.
young Rufio play in the Pedro role.
I like that. I like that a lot. I thought maybe, especially this would be like more age appropriate for these people. Macaulay Culkin is
Yeah.
15 at this time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, that would be kind of sad if, like, you know, with the way things kind of went with him for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good pick.
Also said, who did I say? Christian Bale somewhere in there too. He would have been younger around this time.
Yeah.
Jared Leto would have been really young around this time too. I mean,
we know he can do it.
We know he can do it. Giovanni Ribisi's young around this time too. And then what was the other one I just lit? Sean Astin, somewhere in there too. He's very young. So could play high school. Those are my guys though.
Yeah.
But like Macaulay Culkin, like that would have been a big like, hey, you're an actual actor.
Oh yeah, man, him as Jim would be wild.
Yeah, I think he kind of looks like Jim too, like the real Jim Carroll. If you look him up, Leto again.
Well, what were we talking about? Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Mysterious Skin.
Yeah, which
around this time, I'm pretty sure. When did that come out?
Mysterious Skin, I think, is like 2000, maybe 2001,
2004. Wow, I'm way off. Yeah,
he would have been young though.
Way off.
Yeah, JGL would have been probably like, I don't know, 13.
What talk about a young face?
Yeah.
So you know, even man, he seems like a baby in Mysterious Skin. So
yeah,
that was 2004. So that's crazy.
He would have been.
Who'd you have for 2025?
I could. So there's a character, or there's an actor that I like from. Did you ever see Honey Boy?
No.
Honey Boy is like the Shia LaBeouf movie that's like based on Shia LaBeouf's real life. The kid that plays the Shia LaBeouf character, his name's Noah Jupe. He's also in the A Quiet Place movie.
Okay, yeah, I saw his name. Okay, yeah.
I think he could pull it off because he's already pulled off like Honey Boy is a difficult movie. It doesn't have to do with drugs too much or anything, but he's young.
Kid from Adolescence.
Oh, the kid from that's a good pull, man.
Yeah. And I also think the name you don't know what he wants to hear or say because he gets fucking everything. But I haven't seen it yet, but just from the trailer of Beautiful Boy, you know, Timmy Chalamet could definitely do it. I think it'd be cool to see Tom Holland play a little badass. Maybe he could be Neutron.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tom Holland's the Neutron of the group.
Yeah.
But he's also getting too old. Like all these people I put, like Austin Butler.
Yeah, if you would have caught him 10 years ago, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, right. I just don't know people.
I don't know young actors
that can play a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
I did put from Monos. I don't know if I'm going to say this guy's name right.
Moises.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's he would be really good as Pedro.
Yeah. It's again, right? Like probably
Moises
like
Arias,
5-6 years ago. He was awesome in Monos.
Monos is good. I'm so glad you watched that movie.
Yeah, man, it was beautiful. Like to me, that was the kind of movie. Just go to a place like that with good cameras. It's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be really pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Jacob Tremblay might be another one. He's 18 years old. He was in the movie Room. He's a good kid actor. Like that. Jacob Tremblay is great. Yeah. It would be interesting to see because he always plays very sweet roles to see if he
was
could
in
play.
Life of Chuck.
Yeah, he plays the oldest version of Chuck, the one that we barely get to see.
Oh, with the glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. None of these pictures, he doesn't have those glasses on, so I'm not recognizing him. Yeah, okay.
Finn Wolfhard. That's a good one too to
Yeah.
throw in there.
Any of the Stranger Things boys.
Yeah.
That's where I've always. I tried to. I did not put any of them because that's always where I go.
Yeah, it's hard to cast kids because you just don't know any.
But the kid
We don't
that,
know that they're going to be something special until like they become Leo.
yeah, what's the funniest kid in Stranger Things name?
Gaten Matarazzo, the one that plays
Yeah,
Dustin.
he could play it. He could play a Pedro.
He could be a Pedro. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody? Did you cast anybody else in 2025? I cast the mom. I kind of. She was like one of my least favorite roles in this movie. Like, I don't think it was written well for her. Lorraine Bracco's great. If you've seen Goodfellas, she's wonderful in that movie. But like the first part of this movie up until the end part, like I just hated her. Like I just hated her acting. Whatever they were telling her to do, I was just like, you are awful to listen to.
I want to see Sweet D play that role.
Yeah,
I mean, Caitlin Olsen.
Yeah, and mine's very similar. That I picked Kelly Riley, who's from what is that? Yellowstone. She's like the main girl person in Yellowstone, but very similar to Sweet D. Like they're complete opposites in what they do acting wise now. Like Sweet D obviously does comedy, and Kelly Riley does like more dramatic, but very similar physicality, I would say.
Man, and I think even thinking about just talking about Stranger Things, Winona,
she could
is
be
a great mom. In that, I think she could do it for sure. Yeah, but that's just off the top of my head. I didn't cast anybody else.
Yeah. All right, fun facts about a very unfun movie. Do you have anything?
Funnest fact is having a drug consultant for a movie. I think that's the funnest thing I discovered from this movie is that you can have a job on a movie as a drug consultant. It's like, hey, yeah, this is how you play it.
This is what it feels like to do heroin.
To do heroin and to do cocaine and to smoke weed. This is how you got to act.
I don't feel like they smoke enough weed in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's pretty... there's a lot of scenes that it's like, is that weed or a cigarette?
Cigarette, yeah.
Kind of moments.
Because, hey, you want to know a good smoker in a movie? Leonardo DiCaprio is a great smoker.
He is. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's a good smoker.
In Blow, man. He's a great smoker in Blow.
My favorite smoking scene is a Leo scene, and it's in Romeo and Juliet at the very beginning. He's writing in his diary, and he's got the cigarette between these fingers, the middle of his fingers. He's got it there so he can use the pen to write. It's he just looks so cool. Just looks super cool. What else you got? Fun facts.
What else you got? Apparently Leo was not super thrilled with Marky Mark. Didn't want to be in a movie with Marky Mark.
It's not his only movie that he's done with Marky Mark.
Well, like this is when they were kids. He was young, and he was like, he had done Romeo and Juliet, and he had done This Boy's Life that we did as well. So he was really picking it. And What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? He's a serious actor. I don't want to be in a movie with a pop star.
Especially also, I bet there was some body image stuff. Because he saw him without his shirt on and was like, dude, I don't want to play basketball with that guy.
Yeah, he's
I'm gonna look like skin and bones. But yeah, they figured it out, and obviously have been in other movies together since. The Jim Carroll cameo is the only other thing I have.
Yeah, they to prepare for his role, Leo hung out in Greenwich Village with Jim Carroll, went to a poetry reading of Jim Carroll. It's also a misconception that River Phoenix was set to play this role before his death. He was a fan of the book and you want to see this, but prior to River Phoenix dying, he was like, I'm too old to play a 15-year-old, so I'm not going to be able to play this movie. So a lot of people think that after River Phoenix's death that they had to recast this. This was always Leo's part to lose. The only other thing I wanted to put in there, and that's why I named myself Leo is Always Wet. If you think about every movie that Leonardo DiCaprio's in, that guy is constantly wet. It must be in his contract where he's like, I need rain falling on my face. I need to be dunked in the water. I need to be on a boat that is sinking in the middle of an ocean. I need to be wet at some point in my movie.
I look best wet.
I am the best when I'm wet. Get me wet, please. He said, Leo, get me wet. All right. Like a Fine Wine and Dish. If you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
You know, if you need to be reminded that it doesn't have to be heroin to really take a turn for the worse, it's just drugs in general, even weed. Friday.
Ooh. Friday. That's a fun pick. Very
a lot lighter. A
lot lighter. But bad things happen when you smoke weed.
Just if you get a bunch of weed that you're supposed to sell and give somebody money for it, but you smoke it all up,
bad things will happen.
Big worm might come looking for you.
I can't wait to do Friday at the end of this year.
Friday.
It's gonna be good. What else?
I got a bunch of other some like also if you just want to be scared to death of drugs, there's one kind of pairing if you just want to keep running with like, man, drugs are bad. Requiem for a Dream, Train Spotting, Blow, Spun is extra sad with Brittany Murphy. Half Nelson with Ryan Gosling.
I almost wrote down Half Nelson.
This fly just landed on my computer, just being bold, man, trying to get me to.
Don't punch it. Don't.
Candy with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
If you really want to make it hurt, those are the ones that. But if you're looking for a positive spin to the drug life, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Could be a nice follow up to this. Half Baked.
Pineapple Express.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, maybe even Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. If you want to see Leo at his best, like doing really, really well in his life.
Yeah, if you want to see Leo doing drugs and it going great.
Wolf of Wall Street. It's perfect.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I had some that were a little bit like younger focused. You actually already brought up one of these. I said Mysterious Skin is a good one. Has to deal with like kids and then prostitution, things like that. So it's a little bit hairy. It's not necessarily a fun watch. None of these three that I'm about to say are a fun watch. Kids, which I watched earlier this year, has to deal with just teenagers running around New York doing bad stuff, giving each other AIDS. It's crazy.
Doing what they want.
I do not want to see that movie again. And then if you want to flip the gender a little bit, 13, the movie 13 with Evan Rachel Wood and Nikki, I cannot ever think of her last name. That is a crazy movie about two 13-year-old girls and just doing everything wrong that you should be doing as a 13-year-old. That movie is a terrifying movie, but really good. So yeah, Requiem was also on my list.
Yeah. Because I think I'm finally getting to the point where I'm gonna
do a rewatch.
Yeah, because I was on Tubi the other day, stayed on it long enough to get like a little clip from it, and I forgot that there are very beautiful parts of that movie. And then my wife was like, "I don't remember it being that bad," and so now there's a little bit like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, we're gonna make it hurt. It's gonna be bad.
You don't remember it being that bad? Yeah. Wait till you get to that third act.
Oof. Yeah, man, that's a good score though.
But then I had forgotten in the like pretty parts where things are not chaos, there's like this beautiful, almost eternal sunshine. It's like reversed. Man, that's beautiful. So maybe finally after probably 10 years, getting to the point where it's like, I've forgotten enough that maybe I'll do this to myself.
Crawling up there to 20 for me. Like I probably saw it in 2008, maybe 2009 was the last time I watched that movie. Probably living with you when we were roommates at the bro house. Like,
I think the last time I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, I don't remember this being that bad. You know,
yeah,
watched it the first time and was like, that was rough. And then enough time passed where I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. And then watched it again and was like, don't watch that again.
yeah. Not for me.
But I'm finally getting there where it's like, maybe I'll like watch that and The Substance in the same night.
Ooh, fun.
Fun. Yeah, just have some nightmares.
Do some shrooms and then watch it.
Oh God.
Speaking of rewatchability, on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to rewatch this movie?
Man, I will only ever rewatch this movie if the school shootings stop. If the school shooting stops someday, then maybe it'll be worth throwing on to be like, this used to be a problem.
This
but
is
until
history.
Then, this is a 0 out of 0.
Yeah.
0 out of 5. I will not be rewatching this movie because of that scene.
Yeah, I think I'm going with it the same thing that I did last week with that one. I'm not a fan. Like 1. Yeah, I'm
1.
Not gonna
1 out
rewatch
of
this
5.
movie. Not only because
maybe I'll be dumb enough in 20 years to be like, it wasn't that bad. I'll throw it on.
Not only just because of the subject matter, but some of just the overacting and stuff I just cannot take in this.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 5 overall, what did you rate this movie?
It got a 2.5 for me because I would say that the music's strong. I love that the Jim Carroll band's in there. They've got some big artists on the soundtrack.
Pearl Jam.
Doors. Yeah, Pearl Jam. I think I saw something that like Jim Carroll and Pearl Jam performed one of the songs together.
That the song that I posted on our Instagram is a song called Catholic Boy, and it is Jim Carroll and Pearl Jam together.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, I feel like you got to give the soundtrack.
Sorry, I saw what you were laughing at.
Man, I do love a good female hero, but not the drug. But yeah, it gets a 2.5 out of for me. I think it was close to a 2. It's like one of my lowest. It's my lowest scored movie on Letterboxd right now, just because the overacting. I've told you recently that when I watch a movie, I'm like, who was the worst actor in this?
Yeah.
And when I thought about that after this movie, it was like Leo was pretty bad at times. Marky Mark.
Everybody was just so uneven.
One of the people that was Pedro's character was kind of the most. So I was like, the person who got very little screen time. Yeah, it can't be the best actor in the movie, so it got to be low. Writing and dialogue felt exaggerated as hell. Felt rushed. Cinematography and editing, I don't like it. Like we said, I feel like got to give it some points for the Reggie basketball scene. And I like the confession shot.
Yeah.
So didn't want to just destroy it for that. And the 4-minute, very emotional scene gives it some impact. And I feel like the topic alone being addressed gives it some impact. So it is the definition of a 2.5 for me.
Yeah.
If it's not about drug addiction, it's a 2, but like almost because you're addressing this, it gets another. That's hard to write about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I did this thing, and from you talking to you and how you rank your movies and think about the movies has gotten into my head a little bit because I was
got under your skin.
You got under my mysterious skin. Ooh, call back. No, but I was thinking about Georgia, the movie that we watched last week, and I gave Georgia a 2.5, and I was like, I like this movie less than I like Georgia, so I had to go lower on this than I had Georgia, because there was even a part of me that was like, I think like on another day I could give Georgia a 3 if you caught me at the right moment, but it felt just very 2.5 to me. In this one, same way, 2.0. Like There
I
are some
think this is
there's some good stuff in
easy,
here, but
an easy 3 without the overacting.
it was a rough one.
Yeah, just because it's like it's good, not great. Like a 3
Yeah.
right in the middle is always like good, didn't love it, but not didn't hate it either.
Yeah.
But this is like I did kind of hate some of the acting. I think the movie's fine without the dream. Yeah, just didn't hate it, but didn't really like it either.
We're both
So
on record as
2.5.
hating school shootings. We hate
Yeah,
them.
fuck that.
We didn't need it. We did not need it.
Unnecessary.
Well, Steven, that's it. We did it. We did Basketball Diaries.
Did it.
It's very little basketball, a lot of diaries.
And really maybe the basketball is like so bad that it didn't need to be included.
Yeah, I never believed for a second that Leo was going to be a, Division I basketball player. I don't even know if he could play Division III basketball. Like, we're talking maybe community college, JUCO. I don't even know. Community league, like YMCA. That's how good he is at this, basketball wise.
We should just stick to the YMCA.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you, Steven. You did great. I appreciate it. But have you watched anything recently that you would recommend to folks?
If you haven't, if I've probably said it every year we've been doing this, but if you're not watching the Great British Baking Show, just let it into your life. Let it heal you.
Especially after watching a movie like this.
Oh my gosh. If you're not watching the Great British Baking Show, I almost envy you because you've got seasons to watch.
Yeah.
But also I watched Fargo for the first time. Thought it was better than just good. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
So it got a 3.5 from me. I really liked it though. It was such a fun, short watch. It was just kind of wacky and very Coen Brothers, and it was what I expected. I maybe expected it to be longer. I don't think I didn't watch it because of the runtime.
Yeah.
So when it ended, I was like, oh, okay. Like, so in cinematography and editing, great because the snow and all that, but like, I think you could have given me another like 15, 20 in Fargo. I could have taken it and been like, oh man, that was still great. So
I love how tight it is though. Like in an hour and a half, like it's just so good. Like you get everything. There's nothing missing.
That's why I love halves, because in the right conversation, you could sway me.
Yeah. To a 4.
Like you could on Basketball Diaries, you could sway me to a 2, and somebody could probably sway me to a 3 if they were like, think about trying to make a movie about this.
Mm-hmm.
That would, and make it like Requiem for a Dream. It's like that to me is, you made a movie about that, but like in like a Schindler's List, 12 Years a Slave. Yeah. Like I don't want to turn around. Like I'm not coming back to this anytime soon. So I think that's a feat. Like you almost. So that is the thing that maybe sways me to like, okay, yeah, good, not great. Better camera work.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Especially with a movie like Fargo. Like, yeah, you love living in that world so much that you're like, yeah, give me 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes. Yeah. You told me the story, but yeah, I could use more of Marge or the rest of the more Steve Buscemi. Like, give that to me. I loved it.
Yeah.
No, I love Fargo, but yeah, I'm glad you watched it.
I watched Life of Chuck with you.
You did.
I enjoyed that as well. That's the same thing. 3.5. I think I would recommend it. It was a good watch. It was not what I expected at all. And that's what would take me to a 4 in the right conversation. Tightness, maybe a 3. But yeah, I like it. Definitely recommend both Fargo and Life of Chuck. I also went back and watched Punch Drunk Love, and loved that movie.
I need to watch
That's a 4-star movie. What a unique role for Adam Sandler. Like, to me, until he does Uncut Gems, like it's that level of what makes Adam Sandler much more than Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. Punch Drunk Love is great. It's a weird one. It's artsy, but definitely go back and rewatch that. It holds up in my opinion.
I love that. I need to watch some. I want to do a Paul Thomas Anderson rewatch. I've seen all of them, but I'd love to go back and watch all those, especially with his new movie coming out with Leo in it. That has been getting rave reviews, like the highest reviews I've ever seen for a movie come out. Like for a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, they're usually rated really high, but this one I was like, oh, it'll probably be low, but no, like it's getting really, really good reviews. So
there was another. I'm gonna find it. There was another. Have you seen the trailer for the movie that's got Conan O'Brien and A$AP Rocky?
No.
It's called like if I had legs, I'd kick you or something.
Okay, I think
if I had legs, I'd kick you. Yeah. That looks great. It's getting a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I just saw a trailer for this. I feel like
it looked like Conan O'Brien in a straight role, so I'm in already, and it had A$AP Rocky in it.
It's got your brother's girl Rose Byrne in it. He loves Rose Byrne.
Man, Rose Byrne's great. I don't disagree at all. So yeah, excited about that one.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get more information, I haven't seen anything, so I have nothing to report.
Haven't watched anything?
No, nothing more that I mean, I've watching stuff to get ready for next week or this week's podcast.
Did you watch Wicked with Alyssa?
I did not. She watched that on a plane. She doing that stuff like that. She goes on planes just to watch movies away from me.
Yeah, and you could just reiterate how much you love Friendship. I
could tell everybody that I liked Friendship. And I hate our friendship.
So tell everybody how much you hate our friendship.
But I will say you can get information like what movies we're watching and other things if you join our Discord server, which you can get the links to below. You are always welcome to follow us on Instagram and check out my account on Letterboxd so you can see what I am watching. Next week, Sunday, September 28th, we're finishing out our theme of Drugs Are Bad with the movie Leaving Las Vegas. This one's going to be a tough one to end out the month, but then the next month it's going to be much more fun. So
what a switch!
What a switch! We love drugs, and then with a twist. But we have another one coming out this Wednesday at September 24th. Our extra credit theme is like, Do I Amuse You? Where we're doing like comedies of the year that didn't quite make our list. So Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, the Brady Bunch movie, 9 Months, which is very hard to find. So if you can't find it, that's okay. Father of the Bride Part 2, and then Grumpier Old Men, just because I wanted to add an extra one that people could stream if they really wanted it to. So a lot of sequels in here, and we'll be talking about.
I'm watching When Nature Calls.
I need you to. Okay, I need somebody to watch it.
I'm definitely watching that. That's got to be streaming?
It's on Tubi, I think.
Oh,
Tubi or Pluto or something like. Yeah. God. I need people to watch it because
one of the most rewatchable movies of all time.
I gotta talk to you about it. So get on there. All right, that pod is this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Other than that, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribers, followers, anybody new that comes around. We really appreciate you. And I promise we'll get back to the F, Marry, Kills later this year.
As soon as we're doing cartoons and it's a victimless crime. We'll do two. We'll do
all. That's all we're doing. No other categories. It's the whole hour. We're just doing F, Marry, Kill, Pocahontas, Toy Story.
I should have watched this movie in the context of who would you fuck, marry, and kill for every character.
Every character. We gotta go through them.
God, I can't wait for a Goofy movie.
Mr. Potato. Oh God, you don't even want to know.
Roxanne,
you ain't got to put on that dress. All right, I'm getting out of here. I love you all so much. We'll see you next time on 52/1995.
What a year, what a time. Big screens, dreams, a movie rewind. From talking toys to heists gone wrong, we're watching it live and singing along. 52/1995. Grab some snacks, we're going live. Action, drama, comedy gold. We're reliving the stories told.
One movie a week, all year long. Let's roll the tape.